Speaking of the Jets, I do want to talk a little bit about some of the dysfunction in the NFL. And last year, the NFL, well, it was actually about a year and a half ago, the Rams versus the Saints in the NFC title game. A lot of dysfunction right now with the play calling and the challenge calling. The NFL decided to make a rule. And they put the rule into place last year, and there were so many stoppages and so many arguments with the referees and the hold up with the games. Now the NFL is trying to decide if they want to keep that rule and the challenge rule from some of the coaches. What are your thoughts to it? Do you think the NFL should try to take it away or keep it implemented into the game?
The pass interference challenge rule needs to go. It's like trying to challenge holding, and it just like they hold on every play. Like you can call pass interference on 80% of the pass plays, or you can say they're both going for the ball. Like so, I mean, it's a judgment, and you really can't tell that by looking. I mean, yes, there's some that are egregious that they miss, but in fast time, sometimes you might miss that the corner actually holding his hand, and they do that. They're taught to hold his hand down. You know what I mean? Especially when they're running up the sideline. So you can call it a lot. It's just, do you want to have a flag on every play? So and they're trying to challenge that. That takes another 5 to 10 minutes because you got to go to commercial. It just prolongs the game, and I think it's fun because they're not going to change the call in the booth. So they just might as well get rid of the pass interference challenge play.
All right, I have to ask this because you brought up Kyle Shanahan earlier. I am one of the few people that actually think he shouldn't be as slandered as he has been for his 2 Super Bowl losses, one with the Falcons as the offensive coordinator and one with the 49ers. Do you believe those are mostly his fault?
With you. No, they're not his fault.
Oh.
So in the Atlanta game against, Julian Edelman, if he doesn't make that catch, that they win. And so a lot of things went there against them for the Patriots to come back, and it's Tom Brady, and it was third down their field goal range. I mean, you make a call, but the ball is still in the player's hands. Matt Ryan either has to check the ball down or throw it away. He can't take a sack in that position, and he trusted the MVP in the league to be able to make that decision. So that's his fault for taking the sack. And then they kick the field goal, they win the game. And in the Super Bowl, there was some wide open receivers that Jimmy G missed, and he drew up the right play call, like the Emmanuel Sanders. That's the touchdown, And the series before that, he had the slant coming right inside, wide open, and he throws to the corner route where they were double covered. So he's calling up the right plays. The players just have to execute, So, it doesn't happen every time, but I don't think it was his fault.
Mark, I am a big movie buff, and
oh, yeah. Me too, man.
I did a little bit of research on you, my friend, and you were in a couple of movies, my friend, and 2 of the movies I actually am a big fan of, Barbershop 1 and Barbershop 2. I am a big Ice Cube fan, and I followed those movies. I watched those movies over and over again, and I was trying to pick you out of the movie, and I remember, are you the one where the girlfriend was beating up your car on top of, it was beating your car with a bat? Was that you?
No, that wasn't me, man.
That wasn't you? That wasn't you? Which one was you?
I wasn't in those movies.
Oh, you weren't?
I wasn't in those.
No. Oh, it says it was.
Everybody always thinks I was in those movies. I get asked that a lot. I don't know why, because I guess it was his stand-in, and it happened to have the same exact name, and he looked similar to me. So everybody assumed it was me.
Oh. I'm a big barbershop fan, so I was reading about you, and then all of a sudden it says he was in Barbershop 1, Barbershop 2, and Roll Bounce. So I'm like, oh, damn, I love those movies.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Hey, listen, you should tell everybody you're in those movies. So you want me to sign? You want me to sign that jersey?
Yeah.
$50. $50.
Right.
Before we let you go, before we let you go, if you were to choose, and be honest, the top 3 wide receivers in the NFL right now, who would they be? And by the way, before you answer that question, honest to God, tell the truth. Is Amari Cooper a number 1 tier wide receiver in this league?
Yes and no.
I can't wait for this.
He's paid like a number 1 receiver. He makes plays like a number 1 receiver, and then he disappears. And it's the craziest because and it just happened last year. But when he was with Oakland, he wasn't. But when he came to Dallas, he was. And then he went back to his Oakland ways at midseason last year. I don't know if it's mental with him. I don't know if it's injuries and he can't push through. But for a guy to be able to take over games, then a guy to be when you really need him just disappear is crazy. So the overall answer is probably no. He's like a Rodney White. He's a great number 2.
Right.
But Julio's still number 1.
Right.
So if he has other talent around him, he's going to be the man. But if it's just him, that's where you could see some struggle out of him.
Top 3.
Top 3 right now. Julio, DeAndre Hopkins, they're 1 and 2. And then after them, it's either I would say Davante Adams or Keenan Allen.
Okay.
Ooh, Keenan Allen. That's an interesting one.
Keenan Allen's had a very good career. He has.
He's
top 3 though.
If you put him in his other pass when they're throwing it, he's always open. I would put Michael Thomas right there with them as well. I think Davante Adams, the way he runs routes, man, is
unbelievable.
Is something. And him and Keenan Allen are just crazy with their route running. If Antonio Brown was still in the league, he would be number 3.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
Mark, talk about playing alongside Andre Johnson, one of the best receivers in your generation, in Andre Johnson. What did he teach you a lot about the receiver position? What was he like as a teammate?
Andre Johnson is like a gentle giant. Like, he's so quiet, man. And he was like one of the best teammates. He just sit back there in the back and just like do like a little smirk giggle because he barely talks. People think that he's like, mean, but he's just so shy. He's just quiet. But he was probably the best receiver that I've ever been around. I mean, the way he runs routes at that size and speed. I mean, I remember a play. It was 4th and 16. He was double covered. They just threw it up to him, and he for the game, and he just went and jumped over 2 people and grabbed it. Like, I've never seen a receiver like him before. Like, if he didn't get hurt, he would have easily had 2,000 more yards in his career. I mean,
he was unbelievable.
He was just unbelievable. But he just taught you how to be a pro every day, on and off the field. He was really good at mentoring young receivers and everything, teaching them the ins and outs of the game and teaching them how to be a man off the field. Like, he was a good dude, man.
As you know, you just told me Cromartie is your cousin. When you played against Cromartie, was he ever one of those guys that talked a lot of crap to you when you were on the field with him?
Every day, man.
I know it. Everybody, every single person I've interviewed that said that Cromartie was one of the biggest big talkers on the field.
I mean, he gonna talk to you as soon as you break the huddle. He gonna talk to you during the play. He gonna talk to you on your way back to the huddle. That's just the way it is, man. That's Crow, man.
Oh man, yeah. It's funny that you're his cousin because we've been trying to get him on, and I know a lot about him because I've interviewed a lot of different players that have played against him and said, and I've always asked them, who is the biggest pain in the you-know-what on the field that you played against? And I would say half of them have said Cromartie. Half of them have said Cromartie. So,
Yeah, half of them say Cromartie. The other half are going to say Talib.
oh yes, Talib too. Talib too. Yes, that's right. That's right.
So it put like this. I think it's all corners. I don't know. I don't know a quiet corner. You know, it's just something about these corners, man.
Best corner you ever played against?
Probably Cromartie and Talib.
No Darrell Revis?
I never played against Revis.
Oh, there you go.
He was probably guarding Andre Johnson.
I never played against Revis. So probably Talib and Cromartie. I mean, because me and Talib went to school together, so we played against each other every day at practice. And then when I got to the Chargers, it was Cromartie. But that's who I think. Yeah, I would say those two for sure. Namdi, when he was with Oakland,
right,
he was really good. Yeah, I would say that. But when he got to the Eagles, it was just a bad fit.
He sucked. Just saying, he sucked. He was washed up.
The dream team that was supposed to be that
Yes.
never happened.
Yes, thank God he didn't go to the
Right.
Jets. Then it would have been the dream fleam.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. Anyways, Mark, tell the fans how they can find you on social media.
Oh, you can go to Mark_Simmons13 on Instagram and ask questions, and I'll be happy to answer anything.
Mark, we want to get you on when the football season starts. We would like to get you on. You're really, really good at interviewing. We'd love to get your intake on every single week of the NFL season. I think you would be great. You give us some good insight, not only as a wide receiver, but as an analytic type of person. Would you be interested in doing that?
Yeah, man, call me anytime. And hey, if you got any fantasy questions, let me know as well.
Oh, maybe we'll get you in our fantasy league.
Yeah,
How's that?
we have a league.
Hey,
How about that?
I'll be happy to join. I'm in 6 leagues already. Everybody calls me for their fantasy questions.
Except Crow.
Yeah. I finally got him to join this year.
Really?
I finally got him to join this year.
Oh my God, he's probably talking crap to you while he's watching some of his players play.
I was. Hey, he beat me in the first round of the playoffs. Do you know how mad I was?
Oh, that has to hurt, especially since it was his first year.
Did he win or did he lose?
Off the next week. I mean, the only reason he beat me, he had Drew Brees when he threw those 5 touchdowns that week. Oh, just like, come on, man. like, come on, man. Yeah, I was pissed.
Oh man, man, we definitely got to get you in our fantasy league. I think it'd be real fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely, Mark. Thank you for joining us.
All right. Thanks for having me on, man.